Hi everyone, it's Ginny again, and today I've got something quite different that I also like to do, which is disassemble things to make something else out of them. So I'm going to show you a few things that I've already pulled apart, and then I'll show you something I'm going to pull apart and then make something out of. So I'm going to be wearing my glove because I'm going to be touching a lot of cold metal, and if you don't already know, touching anything cold hurts my hand really badly. So I know it looks a bit funny, a bit Michael Jackson-ish, but I need to do it. So rather than, I normally, if I'm going to be touching stuff during crafting, I heat things up with my hairdryer first off camera, but save doing that. I'll yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, so this came out of a external hard drive that we had for my computer that died, and because my husband knows that I like to pull things apart, he gives me things that die and says, here you go, have fun with that. So I've also, sorry, I'll come back to this. What I like doing, of course, that most of you also like doing, is pulling watches apart and getting the little pieces off them to use for steampunk and doing collages and things like that. So there's some really cool little pieces in there, and some tiny little watch hands. The mechanisms are really quite tiny. So yeah, that's where it sort of started really, was doing that. And then I pulled apart a an old floppy disk that has some fabric. Feels like, yeah, I don't know what it feels like. Some sort of fabric. And it has this is the floppy part that holds the stuff, I guess. That's all really interesting. I like things like that. I've left that on, which I suppose I shouldn't have done. So getting back to the external hard drive, I had an enormous amount of fun pulling that apart. I can't get this apart because we don't have the right screwdrivers to get the little screws out from in there. So I don't know, maybe I'll find some sort of use for that. Maybe hang something off it, or I don't know. It's interesting though. And these are the other parts that came out of it. Oh, that's off the floppy disk. They're really interesting shapes. They've got bits of copper in them and copper wiring coiled around. Really fascinating stuff as I was pulling it apart, which was quite hard to do. And I was just thinking, wow, look at all this stuff. I'll save the best bits to show you in a minute. But, so you've got a little metal cylinder thing, a little plastic square, tiny little bits. Of course, these are all, you know, things that I don't know the technical name for. And there's this part of it is an extremely strong magnet, and there are two parts to this, and we took the other part, oh gosh, I wasn't expecting that, sorry. we pulled the two apart and we've got one stuck on our fridge because it looks interesting and it's such a great magnet for sticking things to the fridge. It's a little tiny piece there, looks a bit like a key actually. Yeah, so that's very, very strong. I'm just not going to stick to that. And this obviously, which is another magnet because oops, there, it sticks to that. So it's this part here. That's interesting. And this is a piece of foam with a bit of metallic looking tape around the outside of it. And just another little connector part, plastic and metal. There's this, I really like this. Look at that. It's copper wiring coiled around in there. I really like that. And this piece here, it's a gold coloured disc, a little tiny disc with a little pattern on it. I don't want to hold things too close. I've noticed in previous videos I've got up too close and it's all blurry. So I hope that's okay there. And this piece I really like. Look at that. It's wire coiled. Some of it broke unfortunately, but really nice. It'll be really nice in steampunk stuff. So that's that. Also came out of there's this little cradle thing that it sat in, and there's a few stickers, shiny metal stickers on there, and this little piece. There's another piece that goes with this and it has a mesh part in there, and I'm thinking of using that for stenciling because it would make a nice pattern if you brush or sponge through it. So that's all that stuff. And what I want to do now is yeah, pull apart this old mouse that my husband doesn't want anymore. It's broken, and he said, here you go, have fun with this. So I will. But what I'll do, because this will take ages, I'll speed this part up and then I'll come back and chat to you about what's come out of it. And then I might do a separate video of me making something out of this, the components of this mouse. I've already pulled one apart and I know what's inside, and I got super excited about it and have an idea of what I want to do with it. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'm going to get going on this. I'll speed through, come back, talk to you at the end. Oh no, it's different. Looks like a shoe actually, the shape of a shoe. Well, that didn't take anywhere near as long to get apart as the other one did. And it looks quite different to the other one as well. It's got a bit of fluff around the wheel there. That's pretty cute. Looks like a bit of a cog in there. The wheel is squishy like a car tyre. So I'll pull the other one over and show you. It's the cord from it. And that's the base of it, and there's the wheel, which is really filthy. It's very, very old, this one. And here's the, oops, see how different they are in size and shape. But basically the same mechanism, of course. There's that little piece of plastic that came off there, and there was another piece. Oh, here. There's this piece. So I suppose you could, there's a little light bulb in there and a couple of these little blue things here. So I suppose if you wanted to, you could pull all these little bits off, pull it apart so you've got this flat, and you could use these all stuck down on a canvas or a board and do a steampunk type thing, or a one of those canvases where you just put a whole lot of junk on there and gesso over it and then colour it afterwards. That'll look really great with these bits. And you could even use that these parts here as well as a main sort of feature. I have a different plan. I have a plan to make something specific out of them. But of course they're not both going to be the same now, because I see that, so that gives me a little bit more of a challenge. That's got really interesting little things there as well that are different to this. Ah, batteries died. Now I don't know if I have you zoomed in or out at the same level as you were before. I can't remember what I was saying. I think I was talking about these things, yeah. They're really cute. I think that they might be the same as these blue things in terms of what they do, but that's just a wild guess. Yeah, you can pull these off as well. And anyway, so if you've got any old mice kicking around in your cupboard, or anything else that's similar to that, actually, anything that breaks, just pull it apart and see what you can get inside. It's fun. And see, I'm pulling all the fluff off the wheel. Yeah, and you can make things out of it. So there you go, that's just something a little bit different in terms of what I like to do. And I'll leave it at there because I need to go and make lunch now and do all that razz. So I'm going to come back afterwards and do another video of me making a couple of things out of these little pieces. So, oh, we get up again. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.